Hey, this is Billy, the Permaculture Pimp Daddy. Today, you see me holding a new addition here. This is my new rooster. His name is Persimmon Phil, and he insists that you call him that. Anybody that stuck around in the past, you know that I had another rooster. It was a barred rock, and his name was Filthy Jim. So with Filthy Jim, he didn't quite work out because he was cool with me, but he was violent with everybody else, particularly Michelle. So in the words of Clemenza, Filthy Jim sleeps with the fishes. Well, or at least he swims in a pot. So folks, the moral to the story is if you have an animal that demonstrates violent tendencies, I don't care what it is, or it's exhibiting some sort of behavior that you really don't want to see in your next generation, well, it's definitely not the one to breed. This guy here we got from some friends just the other day, and I have to admit that Persimmon Phil, I wasn't so sure if he was going to work out because he didn't show, let me just say it this way, he wasn't as virile as most roosters are. At least he didn't seem to be. Apparently he was just getting a lay of the land. Let me go ahead and let him go. He was getting a lay of the land before he decided to get his groove on. And the cool thing about it is he seems to have all the traits that we've been looking for forever and a day concerning a rooster. Now, I want him to be robust, obviously. And I also don't want him to be so robust like, let's say, Filthy Jim or many of the other roosters we had, where the hens can't even lay. I mean, they can't even go out and eat without being harassed. So the beauty of it is, man, I was hoping and praying, literally, that we would get a good rooster. And these friends of ours really came through, so I couldn't be more thankful enough. Just in time for Thanksgiving, huh? So anyway, he's an excellent dual-purpose bird, dual-purpose breed, and the idea is from him, at least for now, I'm going to reproduce instead of going to the store or going to a hatchery and looking for birds I can raise. He's a way, at least for us to be able to reproduce the other birds that we have. And here we got barred rocks, Rhode Island Reds, Australorps, we got them all. And he's going to help propagate all of our needs in terms of food production, even in terms of possibly laying. I haven't gotten that far ahead, but anyway, he is going to be the source, at least the beginning of it. He's not the end all. There's a bigger plan in play here, but he's going to provide us the means to be able to reproduce chickens without having to go to a hatchery and pay, let's say, $3 a piece for birds. Now, in the end, you're probably thinking, okay, well, are those birds big enough? I don't care. As long as they're birds, it may take me 16 weeks to run them out and get them ready, but at the end of the day, I just need a good, solid bird that produces meat. I'm looking at it more in terms of how they do in Europe, at least particularly in France, where they produce chickens for entirely different reasons. And I'm kind of leaning my way into that and a number of other things. Far too complex for me to put into a video of this size right now. Anyway, it's coming on Thanksgiving. I'm thankful to have Phil, and I'm thankful for all the other wonderful blessings out there, folks. And for those of you, as a little side note, are thinking about maybe you'll just stay at home and quarantine, I understand if that's your concerns. But if you're doing it because your elected leaders told you, perhaps you should reconsider all of the people out there that are telling you to stay home while they're out there partying. And I'm talking in particular your elected leaders out there, in particular the governor of California, maybe the one of New York, the mayor of New York, Chicago, all these other places. You know, these people that seem to be the biggest zealots when it comes to quarantine. But just remember what Winston Churchill said, show me a zealot and I'll show you a hypocrite. So with that said, folks, enjoy your Thanksgiving in any way you seem fit. And until next time, this is Billy, the Permaculture Pimp Daddy, where PIMP stands for permaculture is my passion, because it is. We'll see you next time.